Oh my God, guess what?
Wow.
Last night I went to bed Indigenous, and this morning I woke up something else!
Guys, welcome back to another episode of Natives React. Something else, natives. And what does that even mean? So basically during this election time, CNN, they put up a graph detailing the different races that had gone through the exit poll. They broke down the race by white, Latino, black, Asian, and then something else, which makes you think, what about Alaskan Native? What about Native American? What about Polynesians? Yeah, that created a huge uproar online. I feel like every Native American was talking about this being labeled as something else. But a lot of our Native people were able to come up with funny situations or funny memes. And it's interesting, this day and age, memes, they also create awareness. The media not acknowledging Native Americans. But we'll talk about what that means and how our people have handled that towards later in the episode. We had a lot of you guys saying, you guys need to do a something else episode. But here we are. I chose the best of the best, or tried to at least. Just hop into it. Here we go.
So it says to Roger, you can't put milk in it. It's not even a cereal.
Excuse me, are you Native American?
No, I am something else.
Oh my God.
It's like, what does that even mean? Something else? What?
From an Indigenous perspective, it's kind of shitty because it further feeds the narrative that we are invisible. But I want to share a few things with you. You said you were Indigenous. I said I was something else. Something else is now being replaced with something deadly. This is what I'm talking about. By changing the narrative. I'm sorry, I seen this picture and you are gorgeous and I had to share it. And that's just one of the 1,000 reasons why I love being Indigenous. Because we're resilient.
And I liked that, right? She brought up how it does drive the narrative that we as Native Americans are invisible. Okay, now we reached the main part of our episode, which are all the picture memes, and so many of these got shared on Facebook. It was hard to keep track, so let's just dive into it. Here we go. If something else was a person. Hey, okay.
All right. Will Ferrell, yep.
Oh my gosh. Lone Ranger and something else. Hey.
No longer Tonto.
Hey, want to play Cowboys and something else?
That good old classic.
We'll have to change the title of our show to Something Else Reacts.
Ooh, there we go.
Gathering of Something Else Powwow, 2021.
All right, I'll look into that.
My mom said you can't come over because you're something else.
Ew. Does that something else give you lice?
Move, I'm something else. The classic meme, move, I'm Indigenous. New password, Native American, weak. New password, something else, 2020, strong. Something else in the cupboard.
Classic movie.
Yeah, it's a good day to be something else.
I can just hear his voice right now, just over the radio.
It's a good day to be in.
Something else. One car drives by, maybe.
Yeah, something else went by. He's gone.
When you get called something else.
A new term added to our language.
Who? Me?
You walk by and people are like, yeah, he's something else. And you just felt,
How I sleep knowing I'm something else. Yeah. Again, just embracing it in a sarcastic manner. Certificate of something else. Instead of certificate of Indian blood.
Yep, no, this time's going to be CSE instead of CID.
You got your CSE?
Yep.
Applying for a scholarship, you need a CSE
Yep.
instead of a... Suspect is approximately 5 feet 9 inches. Large, hefty build, and something else in appearance.
It feels like that describing me right there.
Are you 5'9", Jacob?
5'10".
Oh.
Large, hefty. You mean fluffy?
And yeah, I think you guys start to see, even as we are going through these memes, it's becoming a situation where all of us Indigenous people are taking away the power of this something else, of being the other. We're like, okay, sure, in a sarcastic manner, and it's pretty neat that we're not letting that define us. We're making fun of it. Let's just hop into our next one. Celebrating Something Else Heritage Month, November 2020. Just a reminder, November is Native American Heritage Month, okay? White people, why are they all posting about something else? Something else, you wouldn't get it. Yep. Again, it's like, what does something else mean? What? Her, I'm bored. I want to do something else. Me.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You know what I mean?
Easy. Hajon in the streets. Something else in the sheets.
Hey.
Daniel Day-Lewis in The Last of the Something Elses. Not gonna lie though, the main theme from the movie, oof, amazing. Amazing. It gets me every time. I'm telling you, Ray, you're half white and half something else.
I totally forgot about that. Have something else.
When your something else card expires, yeah.
I feel his pain.
Hashtag something else problems.
Yep.
Don't look at me. I'm something else. That's a classic moment in Mean Girls.
Don't look at me.
Hey.
Ready to meet Aboriginal singles? Aboriginal dating local single men online in case you're looking for something else.
Is that real? Is that like a real site? Let me look it up real quick.
You want to sign up?
Yeah, I'm going to sign up. You guys want to know? Hey.
My DNA test says 72% something else, 25% just somehow, 3% deadly, but still all cheap.
Me. All somehow.
Nobody, every native, in a something else relationship. That's
Yeah, that's kind of true about native relationships. One week they're on, off. It's something else, you know.
Are you Asian? Glares in something else.
Yeah.
There's no more native glare. Something else glare.
You know you're in trouble.
Not the something else glare. Ooh. Entering something else First Nation.
Entering something else nation.
Hey. It's interesting because all of these memes kind of refer to a world where what if we were called something else instead of native or Indian or indigenous. That is kind of scary, but also, I mean, kind of humorous seeing all these situations. Yeah. When your cousin sobers up and acts like something else. Me in 10 years, cashier, would you like something else? Me.
Oh, the flashbacks.
Flashbacks. Cue the helicopter sound, music starts going.
Yeah.
Flashbacks. They even put the hand sanitizer in there too.
Hand sanitizer.
So when you called me a piece of meat, was I spam or something else?
Hey. Yeah, that would be me on the phone.
Aboriginal dating
Yeah.
website.
Bet that stove is hot too.
It's on low, keeping them warm.
Yeah. Keep all this fluff warm.
Look at me, you're something else now.
Ooh.
The people forgot to put CNN over the guy's forehead. CNN, natives.
Indigenous, natives.
We decide. Judges you in something else.
And you know you're gonna get roasted later in that day.
Yeah. My new favorite song, Metallica, Something Else Matters.
What was the original? Nothing Else Matters? Yeah.
Yeah. Something else matters.
Oh man, I'm gonna listen to that on the way home.
Yesterday, Indigenous. Today, something else.
Ooh, yeah, that's me.
That's how you woke up today?
Yep.
Woke up something else? Canada is the friendliest country in the world. Indigenous people. Unless you're something else.
Ooh. That's some quantum stuff right there, man. Come on.
I love that scene because he's like, yeah, they woke up dead. He's like, how do you wake up dead?
And this morning he woke up dead.
How the hell do you wake up dead?
Because you're alive when you go to sleep.
So you telling me that you can go to bed dead and wake up alive?
You can't go to bed dead, man. That shit would be redundant.
I guess that could be applied here. It's like, how do you wake up something else?
I know.
How do you go to bed native
And wake up something else.
Unless
you're something else? Columbus thought he discovered India. Instead, it was something else.
That's a good one.
Don't even talk to me unless you're something else.
Don't talk to me unless you're something else.
Listen, there are 100 of something else in here and only 50 pieces of fry bread.
Oh, that will be a good story. Yeah.
Classic moment. Don't let my pale skin fool you. I'm something else too. He has his something else card. Honey, I'm not something else. I'm something sexy.
That would be an interesting story.
When you used to be indigenous, now you're just something else.
A good transition.
Yes, Thomas. It said we were something else.
You gotta look mean. You gotta look like you killed a buffalo.
But we're something else. Listen here, you two something elses. Oh my gosh. When you ask her what tribe she is, and she says something else. Ooh. Well, I guess that would mean she knows the memes. So I guess, yeah, I would give that reaction. I don't want her, I want something else.
That is your something else.
And just like that, natives were labeled something else, and they just ran with it.
Exactly.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
But we had fun with it.
Okay, there were so many different Facebook and Instagram picture memes. It just keeps on going. Let's just hop into another group of these. A lot of these were like Facebook status updates of people commenting on the situation. But yeah, here we go. Us natives joke about being all somehow or to some way. Now we're labeled as something else. The irony. Yep.
Yep, we're all somehow and something else.
Y'all who voted for Kanye are something else. I saw that one. I had to include it. I mean, I thought that was pretty funny. We will have beaded something else medallions out by next week. Yeah, I'm sure. I haven't seen any yet, but there's someone's working on right now. Now I won't take offense to she's something else. It's a compliment now.
Yeah, right now it is. I could roll with that.
My parents always used to say, you are something else. So now I know. Do we even have a president yet? Yeah, they be running on something else time.
Yeah, I could say that. Something else time.
And I'm sure you guys were aware it was a long time waiting to see the results. But I guess not Indian time, something else time. At a restaurant, waiter, can I get you something else? Me, tear, how dare you?
I'll be reading the menu. It's like, can I get you something else? I am something else.
They say you are what you eat. I don't know. Whose Ancestry.com results came back 12% something else. I wonder if the guy at CNN wanted to write Indians and his supervisor was like, no, don't write that. Write something else. It's interesting because I'm sure it was something that just happened really quick, but I think it's the fact that majority of people who saw it were like, oh, something else? Okay, no big deal. But then when people who were in that group, like us natives, were like, hey, like, why did you write that? The news tried to hurt our feelings by calling us natives something else. Here, we are just making shirts, masks, memes, whatever else. Gee, don't they know our parents roast us the moment we are born and they can't hurt our feelings? Yep. You can't roast me.
I've been roasted too many times.
The world is all stressed out and natives are just laughing all day about being labeled something else by CNN. I love us. Yep. Again, it's just us natives taking the situation, spinning it, and
run with it.
Yep. With that, I mean, a lot of people took it upon themselves to make t-shirts. I mean, you got something else t-shirt right here. Yeah, that was really interesting. Everyone's just adding on to the meme, but again, just taking away all the power from what this something else label is. And it was neat because with these memes, other people, they took it as a moment of empowerment. You even got this picture right here. You was kind, you was smart, you was something else. This became a little hashtag trend on the Illuminatives page. They were posting a lot of pictures with the hashtag something else. Yeah, again, there's just all taking this as a moment of empowerment. Hashtag something else. But in looking at this situation in a different light of how it relates to our people, we even got some posts commenting on that as well. I am used to being called something else in this country. FYI, I would like to thank the something else Native American tribes in Arizona, Wisconsin, Michigan, voting in all these key states that will make a difference in this election. And it was really neat because everyone was talking about the numbers were being very close. Even just a few thousand votes were making a difference all in different places. And even though us Native American people are 2% of the population, we still made a difference. And I thought that was really cool. Again, to be labeled as this something else, I mean, something else made a difference.
America, by the way, you see the little blue dots in Arizona? Those are Native American reservations. The Native American community played a tremendous role. The Native Organizers Alliance, Intertribal Council, the NACARE. These are groups that expect to be treated with respect.
So just a reminder to all the Native youth out there, now as you are getting older and as you are becoming more involved with your community, keep that in mind, that your voice matters, that you yourself can make a difference. Okay guys, now we can move on to our final section of the video, Natives doing cool or unique things. And in this case, I wanted to highlight all of the cool moments that happened with Natives regarding the election. So we don't just have one moment this time. We have multiple, which I'm excited to talk about. But up first, we have this moment that went kind of viral. Group of people heading to the polls. Meanwhile, they're being led by some White Mountain Apache dancers, and it was really cool. I mean, just a sight to see. But to see everyone all heading to the polls and having the White Mountain Apache dancers lead them, I mean, dang, that's cool. I never seen anything like that. Wow. And our next moment is related to a very popular meme moment that we have covered before, which is the Indigenous woman coming through.
Excuse me, I'm Indigenous coming through.
And that is actually her in this picture. Gabriela Cazares Kelly, she is actually the first Indigenous county recorder in Pima County, Arizona. Our Indigenous people out there doing cool things. So awesome to see that. Another moment, New Mexico becomes the first state to elect all women of color to the House. They confirmed victories for Deb Haaland, Yvette Herrell, and Teresa Leger Fernandez in all 3 of New Mexico's congressional districts. The Northern Cheyenne Nation has elected all women for the first time ever as tribal president, vice president, and all 5 open seats on tribal council. This has never happened before. Natives making a change, natives making a difference. And then also along the way, a record-breaking 6 Native candidates were elected to Congress. According to Indian Country Today, a total of 13 Native American candidates were competing for House seats this year. The 6 winners have set a record. The group is split evenly by party, 3 Democrats and 3 Republicans. Ashkia Trujillo was in traffic when the projected winner was going to be Biden, and he felt the need to celebrate getting out of his truck on the spot and dancing.
In our native ways, when we dance, we sacrifice for our people. If we could all at least just, heal through dancing, that's all we need.
Another cool moment to see, especially since it got several million views and this video alone went viral. And for a final moment, really cool, more than 20 Navajo voters rode more than 3 hours on horseback to go and cast their ballots. On the Navajo Nation, mail can take weeks to arrive if it gets there at all. Our ancestors fought for us on horseback to live a good life. Now we're using this spiritual animal, the horse, to help us defeat our enemy. Deciding to ride your horse to the polls, that is awesome. I mean, dang. Just our native people out there just doing, again, cool, unique things. Seeing a lot of these stories brought a lot of joy and warmth to my heart, adds on to the fact that things are starting to change. I mean, we can make a difference. And again, for our youth, just as you get older, know that it is important to vote, to have your voice be heard. But yeah, it was really neat seeing this moment of the something else time. Happy we were able to check out all of these memes. I mean, like I said, there were so many. Oh my gosh. But there was a lot of good ones out there. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Happy Native American Heritage Month. See you guys later.
Black, Asian, white, Latina, Native American women who throughout our nation's history have paved the way.